The definition of roleplay is to act out or perform the part of a person or character. From canon characters to OCs, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Today I'll be covering a community on the not safe for work side that indulges in darker themes during lewd roleplay. This ain't your average everyday roleplay degeneracy and gacha life or Gmod. This is advanced degeneracy. This community openly writes darker themes involving pedophilia. Although it doesn't have a specific name tied to it, I will be coining it as the PDW community. These are the kinds of accounts you'll find here: pedo whores, pedo bait, sholicon/toddlers, and studs, which are hung versions of the accounts I listed before. These are followed by emojis displaying the themes they roleplay: blacked, toilet, horse, and baby bottle. Closets are another term referring to people who enjoy these kinds of themes on the down low, which is why you'll see closets are welcome or something similar. I thought the best way to analyze this community was by going in myself, using my experience of role-playing on Twitter to observe and interact with them. All I see is a collective of people using an outlet to act out their fantasies. After all, is what role-playing is for in the first place. I'd find the occasional closet account and out them, but I quickly got bored of that because, if I'm gonna be honest, looking for closets is a waste of time and much less amusing than trying to catch actual pedophiles. It's so hard for me to take any of these people seriously when they label themselves like this, bro. Look, cradle pounder, pedo bait stud, kitty plappers, crib snatchers, kid banger. Okay, but why though? Why indulge in these fantasies in the first place? Are these people just depraved? Or is it from something nobody would even expect? There was one account that made me open my eyes and is the reason I'm making this video in the first place. Quick disclaimer, I'm unable to provide screenshots of the conversation due to the account being locked, so you'll have to take the story with a grain of salt. When my account was new, I came across someone arguing with another user who I'll call Alphys. When questioned on why they're doing this, the response I saw was shocking.
The reason why I made this account is to cope with the trauma of me being a CSA survivor as a child.
Ooh. I was not expecting that kind of response. I personally think the reason is valid, but I asked a friend what he thought, and here's what he said. Because it's such a high stimulus experience, you're so young that you don't even understand it, and as a kid you're also naturally curious. It leaves a lingering sense of wonder that turns into interest, which is why I think people that go through those things fetishize it when you get older. It's extremely unfortunate that the person behind this account had to go through that trauma at such a young age, but if that's the only way for them to cope, I think it's fair to just let them be. However, there's a bigger issue in the community that needs to be addressed. The girls are minor. Profiles in the PDW community will usually have MDNI in their bio, which stands for minors do not interact. If there's anything the entirety of roleplay Twitter can agree on, it's that minors should never interact with sexual themes. Not only have I had minors follow me, but I've also seen call-out posts exposing others for being minors, especially in the PDW community. So this account got exposed for talking to a minor in a sexual way. I'm not completely throwing out that it could possibly be bait. Future PK here. Somebody I know screenshotted the tweets, so pause and read, come to your own conclusions. That shit's still nasty. Moving on. Instead of begging people to help fund your rent and medical bills, here's what I need you to do. What I need you to do is take the nearest rope, wrap it around,
and hang yourself, nigga. Period. Why are you alive?
Unfortunately, no. Hard to tell since I couldn't really find anything stating otherwise. The only thing that would be illegal is if they do it with minors. It's hard to really answer this because on one hand, I could say that based off my experience, they don't. There are examples of them reporting minors and calling out anyone who's attracted to this stuff in real life. On the other hand, people like Pugdere exist. It really just depends on the person. I don't think it's fair to label them that way unless they want to be called that in the first place. I'd rather use the label for those who have genuine attractions towards real children. It's bad enough words like groomer and pedophile can lose their meaning because people on Twitter throw it around as a casual insult, especially when it's someone they don't like. I've had a suggestion to call them MAPS, which is short for minor attracted person, but they don't like them either. One more thing I'll always see is the writer does not condone these themes in real life, which means they can separate fiction from reality, which I think is important to point out. Have you played a couple of games of COD then suddenly feel like recreating No Russians from Modern Warfare 2? If you said no, that means you're able to separate fiction from reality. If these people aren't going out of their way to prey on minors online or in real life, that's a good thing. They're able to keep these fantasies to themselves and not act on them. I made this video just so I could talk about this weird side of roleplay Twitter and give my own opinion on it. It's widely hated by everyone else due to the main theme they roleplay, and there's no getting rid of them since—
You fool! I have 70 alternative accounts!
So my best advice to everyone in the roleplay community is to just block and move on. Try not to make a big deal about it and handle things privately if you see mutuals following these kinds of accounts. However, you are free to clown on them if they openly deny it. Unless there's proof of these people going after real minors, that's when you should make a call-out post. Now, should these people be in the calling themselves pedophiles and fantasize about doing things to children? No, that's gross. Comment down below if you agree or disagree with anything in the video. Hope you enjoyed it.